means I have one shot. I think you can do this. Good morning. How are you, Lynette? Hey, Linda. Sorry, I'm like excited. I was looking all day yesterday because I need to modify a bag because it's like a regular handbag, but I know in AwesomeCon that when I do my all my surveys, there are people that like handbags, but the first thing they ask is does it have a crossbody? And most bags that have a handbag have some kind of D-ring or some kind of connector, but there's very few bags. There's a couple that don't have that. The handbag goes like it's a big handle and there's no connection. So I have a few handbags like that, and I was looking to modify them. And I did one modification where I put a grommet on one side of the bag and I put a grommet on the other side. But it was easy because they were grommets that were antique brass. And I always have that color. I even have silver, I mean nickel, I have every color, even rose gold, except rainbow. So I found the one rainbow yesterday and I just found another. So if I'm very careful and I don't mess up, I can have this very smooth transition that one will be in the front and one will be on the back, and don't lose them. And they can I can do a swivel hook and they can have then a strap connector. And I think this is super cool. I'm just so happy and elated because I was like, I know I have rainbow ones, and I do. I just can't find the whole set because they're old. They're like, I remember, I think I purchased them for a different kit. And I am really, really bad at putting grommets in with just like with a regular setting tool. And I had a dye from my Mikas and Margot, but they would not mushroom correctly. They would be really rough. But with my the way the grommets are set up and on the buckle guys, it's like a really smooth transition. I don't even bat an eye or check to see if it's rough. It's a very easy transition. So I am very, very excited. The only issue I have is the grommet setting tool that I have for buckle guy is a flat grommet, and these are a round grommet. So I'm gonna have to be very, very, very careful, and I might try another round grommet on a piece of scrap before I punch holes into my bag. Because if it looks off, like the hardware is scratched or something, I need to find some kind of tips or some kind of tricks I can do to get these in there. So I don't want to punch holes in the bag if it's off. I have a plan B. It's just a little bit bulkier than I like. So that is what I'm doing right now. I am enjoying my coffee too. I made myself an iced coffee. I did whipped cream with no sugar. My coffee has no sugar. And then I drizzled honey on it. Yes. Okay. So I thought it was just me. Thank you for saying that. For the I don't know what it is. I struggle. I see they have videos. The one thing I like about Mika and Margot is they have videos. They don't. Okay. So if you go into, you have to do it this way because they don't give you the listing with the when you purchase it. It's really weird. Because like when you go into Etsy and you go into purchases and you go into Mika's and Margot, it doesn't give you a listing. So you actually need to go back into the add on Etsy, and if you scroll into the description, they do give you a video. It'll lead you out of Etsy and it goes into a Facebook, but it's not a very up close shot. So I struggled. So what happened was is that when I got my buckle guy, I reached out and I was like, "Hey, I'm struggling with this, da 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 da." Da." And they were like, "Oh, okay." So I bought the eyelet one from them because I wanted to do I use it for my belts to make them look like belts in my hitchhiker bags and a couple other bags just to give them a zing instead of having just raw holes. And they like came out amazing. So I was like, hey, I wonder if grommets will do it. So the first set I bought was for 3/8 of an inch, and they're the round ones. And I was like, okay, they're gonna make me buy the 12, the half inch. And they have two versions. They have the rounded ones that we always see, and then the flat ones. And you know me, anything I can do that's a little bit different than everybody else, I'm gonna jump on it. So I got the flat, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And I just want to put grommets in everything. So the bags that I have, they're absolutely gorgeous. But I just wanted to add a option of having it being a crossbody. And because they have side seams, I can't put like a cool like side connector with a D-ring and put a rivet through it. So there's a couple things you can do. So if you have a bag that has a side seam, you can do an elaborate like waterproof canvas or vinyl or leather on opposite sides of the seams, which looks cute sometimes. But for me and my little ADHD mind, all I can see is off center. So what I like is putting like a grommet on one side and a grommet on the other. Therefore, it's not material or D-ring off center. It just kind of looks like that's the aesthetic of the bag to me. And I did it to two other bags yesterday. And I was like, score. I love the way it looks. It looks organic. And it's kind of cool because for the people that don't have wireless headbuds, and there are kind of few of them out there, they can put their phone and they can have it right there and they can bring it up or whatever. You can do it for multiple different things. So, or you could put like your wipes, your hand sanitizer wipes, and have them pull through when you're not using it like that. So there's a couple different ways you can sell this to somebody. But it was very hard for me to be like, I'm going to bring this bag is dope. I can't, no bitter coffee today. No, my husband bought me, it's not Starbucks. It's something, it's a particular brand through Maryland. When I try to mention it on here, other people say that they don't have it in other states. It's a competitor with Starbucks out here. And you get in not frozen section where the cold beverages are. It's in where like the milk and whatever. And I love it. They have like bold, blonde, and everything. It's all unsweetened. I don't like I like my coffee black, and then I love making my own whipped cream, no sugar, no nothing, and putting it on top with a dash of honey. That's even before I started losing weight, though. Honestly, I like the taste of coffee. I don't know what's wrong with me. My dad drinks as a coffee connoisseur, except when he drinks Folgers. This is where me and him do. Okay, can your girl drink Folgers? Yeah, if I have to. Do I want to drink it on a daily? No. Do I like to smell it in the air? Yeah, because it makes me think of my dad. But I don't want to drink it. So yeah, it's no bitter coffee because he felt so bad because he was like, you had a rough night and then you were kind of forced to drink bitter. He was like, I haven't heard you say bitter coffee in a long time. It was bitter. If I gave you guys all a little teaspoon of it, you'd be like, oh hell no, Shiva, what the hell's going on? It was bitter. And I have a hard time wasting. I will just like down it and call it a day because I don't like to waste. It's waste not, want not. I just have a hard time because I feel like that's a waste of money and whatever. And I think the coffee was Blue Mountain. And if you're not like coffee savvy, the Blue Mountain coffees are really expensive, especially if you go into the Bob Marley blue coffees. They ain't no joke. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to waste this coffee, drink it. And I think that was the wrong thing to do because I had like acid reflux all day, and the only thing I could pinpoint that on was that coffee. That was the only thing that I had. So yeah, I have ice cold coffee for like I get like not 1/4 of a cup, but like half of 1/4 of a cup. And I sit there in the kitchen whipping up the whipped cream. And it's so funny. I have all these gadgets to do it for me, but I'm sitting there doing it. What I want for my anniversary, which is next week during AwesomeCon, is I want to get a frother. Like I want a frother so bad because I make coffee all the time. And I keep on telling them it wouldn't even be just like a me anniversary gift. It's kind of like the family because you can froth milk for your hot chocolate, tea, the whole 9 yards, and it takes a matter of minutes. And I was like, I want to make it. You can do it in either hot or cold. I want a frother. I get kind of bad and bougie with my coffees. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love my purple. I wear either every time I wear my purple rain or my Michael Jackson shirt, people are like, "What?" I have a David Bowie one too. Yes, I have Loki, who's a who's somewhat a human, and I have Roxy, who is a ferocious dragon, but she's like a medium-sized dog. Um, Loki went into the vet yesterday, and my vet office, like I know they love all dogs, but he's different. The dog that came out of his room was like 170 or something, and Loki's like 150. And they had to muzzle this dog, and he was a mastiff of some breed. Because mastiff is like a loose term. It's kind of like saying, "Oh, you're a mixed kid." That could be vague because you can be are you mixed with Puerto Rican? Are you Hispanic? Are you black? Like, what are you mixed with? So, mastiff to me is always like when someone says, "Oh, your dog's a mastiff," and I'm like, "With what? Like pit bull and Cane Corso? Like, what is with what?" Um, the dog wasn't aggressive, but he didn't want people to looking at his mouth or whatever. So here comes Loki. Loki's been going to the same vet since we've had him. He'll be 4 in June. This dog, like I bet that the dog was looking at Loki like, you son of a. They let him do everything, jump on him, give him all the loves, like rub his body scent all over him. Because Loki is a freaking goofball. If anyone comes over to my house, he is Marmaduke. He is Scooby Doo. Like, he is nothing what people think he is. He's not an aggressive dog. Now, don't get me wrong. There's yard dog down the street, and when he feels like yard dog is coming at us, he goes 0 to 100 real quick, and it's actually startling because you never see him aggressive. He's just a chill dog. So they're checking his teeth. He's like letting him in all in his mouth, and he's wagging his tail, and they're just like, he is such an unusual dog. And we were talking about Roxy, and we were like, this past winter was hard on her after she played in the snow, and Kendall showed them the video, and they're like, from his size, you would think that he would try to dominate her or like use his weight against her. I was like, no, not Loki. So, but they were laughing because when they brought him into the room, most dogs like sit on like the weight scale or something, like, but he was sitting in the chair right next to Kendall, like sitting like a human. And they were like, we gotta get our phone. We gotta get our phone. I was like, yeah, leave it to my dog to be the dog that thinks he's a human. So let's see. Good morning. Yeah, I'm Linda. I'm really excited that I'm not the only one that felt that way with Mika Samargo. I didn't know who else to ask because it's a weird thing because people with Mika Samargo, I already know you follow So Sweetness because this is where people heard it from, unless you're a deep in the Etsy game, like where you squirrel for hours, because that's how I found about it. And then when Sarah Lawson said that she got hers there, I was like, oh snap, that's how I found mine, because they're on Etsy. They have really great customer service, and they have dyes that other people don't have. Like when I'm doing like gems on bags, their dyes are amazing. Um, and they have these flat rivet dyes. Oh my god, they're the best. Hello. So yeah, so today I am chilling. Yesterday I was going to make another bag, but I made one, and I was going to cut out a Conan bowler bag from um Country Cow, but I couldn't figure out what bag I want to make. So Kendall was helping me bag and tag, and we have like 86 bags there. I try to bring 75 to 80 cuz I hate like overcrowding my area. If you put too many bags in the area, you can not it's hard for people to see all the goodies. You want your everybody to see all the visibilities. It's just hard. Like, you don't want you want things to be separate, but you don't want things to be like like this, because how are they going to see the details in this one if this one's here? And like, you want it to be kind of spaced apart so they can see the individuality, but at the same time you kind of want a little things underneath your table so that way certain things are bought out that you can replenish stuff. So I usually bring 70 to 80, and if I sell out, let's say I sell out 20 or 30 bags the first day, and I put the rest up and we're kind of bare. Kendall's only 40 minutes away from me, and we have a plan B box. It sounds weird that a plan B box. Don't pay attention. We have a plan box that he can drop off to us, and we need to have more. So we have that. We have our roster. We have our totals. I need to tag like 4 more bags um, that I don't have any straps for. So I have 4 bags I need to put straps for, which I think I'm going to do tomorrow. What I plan on doing in my workroom today is cleaning it really well. So that way when I come back to the workroom and so after AwesomeCon that I'm not like, oh my God, I got to clean. I also have to make some Instagram posts because you guys are going to get hit with I have the bag dates of when some bag pattern designers are coming out that I was on the strike team, so I'm gonna put some posts for Instagram and whatnot. You guys gonna get hit with like 3 videos next week, like early next week. So I mean early this week. So yeah, there's that. And I'm pretty excited. Oh yeah, thank you. No, yeah, so I might do strap day today, or I think I might do it tomorrow. Either way, it's just 4 straps. The thing about the strap day, what I hate is not making the straps, is that I'm looking at the 4 bags. All 4 bags are different colors. For example, the Gracie bag from Shambhala, I hope I say that right, is blue and black. So I either have to make a blue or a black strap. The the doctor bag by Swoon is brown and pink. The 90s bag is lavender and literally 90s fabric. So they're all different colors and they have different stitching. Like one stitching has antique brown, the other one has blue, and the other one has like the serene from the serene colorway from Wizardly Stitchery. And I'm just like, so I have if there's no bobbins, I'm gonna have to wind some bobbins for each one of these. And I'm just like, sewing up a strap takes like 5 seconds. It's making sure that you have the right bobbin color underneath. So yeah. So I have to do a couple. I think it's like 3 or 4, and then I need to do that. So I wrote out a whole entire list like of what I need to do. I need to tomorrow I'm gonna record some shorts. So that way I have stuff on my Instagram showing like each of the bags that we tested. I need to call the hotel today, even though I booked my hotel like in the December. I always call like a couple days before the hotel just to ensure that everything's right, that they have everything booked. I don't know what's wrong with me. I always do this. And then I have to pack the bins. I have to do my I call it my kill kit, but it's my con kit. It has all the lights. I have tons and tons of lights and batteries that I need for this convention. So I put all the batteries, all the lights that I have, and I have a lot of lights. I have a set of lights that drive me absolutely nuts because you have to press them like 6 times to turn them off. It's kind of like, do you guys remember that game Simon Says, and it was like lights? It's seriously like that. It's super confusing, and there is one way that it just flashes nonstop, and it drives me and my daughter crazy. But the lights are really cool because if you have like a magnet underneath like one of the shelves, they connect right on the top so they can hit direct lighting underneath your bag. So that helps tremendously when people walk up to your table, they can see very clear to it. There's so many things I have to do. I have to make sure Hope packs her personal kit and that she has all the toiletries that she needs. I need to modify 2 more bags to so that would be a 4th bag I need to make a strap to. Now that will be black with red stitching. so, so I have all that, and then I have to so the Sally tomato box, we start opening that on April 1st, but April 4th, 5th, and 6th, I'll be away. So when I open this, I need to take April 4th, 5th, and 6th and stick it in my bag so I can do like shorts and open it so you guys can see. Or I might do lives depending on if we can get down there before the crowds come and just do a real quick short, like a fast captain log Like, here we go. We're going to open these up. So, yeah. And I have to also buy a new table skirt. Amazon is no longer providing table skirts that the table skirts, so if you have a table, the skirt that goes down and around protects all the items underneath. So after you're done putting all your stuff, you stack up your bins and your wheelie thing that you had to bring it in, and you put it underneath your table. And the skirt protects everything so nobody sees. They said this year they're no longer doing it. I needed to find a skirt that was similar to that. So I actually found a skirt that's made for quinceañeras, and then it's blue. I need to order that, pack that in there, so that way we have a table skirt. It's been a very tedious process, but I'm really excited to see it go. But all right, so here's the bags that I made. So the bag that I made on Friday was my Hobbit bag, and I love this magnet. Um, I did a lot of cool details. This fabric comes from OSHA. Again, that's from Scotland. And I did, you have the Gandalf door and then the JK. I had some fun. It's nice and sleek. You have your bag in. That's, again, this is from Heartwood and Hide. They have the coolest tags. Like, it's subtle, but at the same time, when people see this, they always go ham. And then I have my Heartwood and Hide and green. I I think they're probably laughing whenever I get green. Like, Chanel, when do you use it? I use it in Lords of the Ring because it just, reminds me of the Shire. So then when you open it up, I did something a little bit different. Um, it is straight bright Lords of the Ring. And you have your pocket, your slip pocket, and your zipper pocket. And yeah, that one has a strap. Thank God. Okay. I learned a valuable lesson. I really need to make my straps first because 4 bags, no straps. So that's gonna be my goal for tomorrow. So I just want to make sure I clean everything off the floor. Like, all I have, like, so many threads and so many double-sided tape paper strips everywhere. Like, e- everywhere. And then, so that's one. And I haven't priced that one out yet. Usually when I make bags like that, they're one of the first ones that go. So I have to put price point on that. And then I always wanted something just a little bit different to mix it up. And that's why I was trying to figure out a last bag, because I wanted to make like a Pokemon bag, like a Pokemon tote or something. I'm still contemplating that. And Kendall's like, no, no, dude, you don't ever rest before you have these conventions. You have enough bags. Don't make something else. And I'm like, okay. So this is the Mickey one. And we have the classic Mickey pools. And we have everything is like chocolate on chocolate. That's what I wanted. It has really cute purse feet. On the back, you have more chocolate on chocolate. This is the Lola from Swoon. And then I do a couple few modifications. If you're in my Patreon, you kind of will know how I do my modifications of my zipper. I think this was like the second or third bag that we did in Patreon. Um, this style bag really sells out for me because it's not too small, but it's not too medium. So it's just perfect in between. We have a nice slip pocket, and we have a zipper pocket, and the zipper pocket has that matching waffle print. Um, this is a really great bag to have because it is like a perfect carry around. And for this one, it does have a crossbody. So you can click on one side here or one side here or vice versa on either side. So you can wear it every single day. I think that I'm in love with this one because the chocolate on chocolate, and I love how the quilting is on this bag. I didn't quilt it. That's how the bag pattern came. This was from Backstitch vinyl, but again, they're not around anymore, unfortunately. So this is a real treasure to whoever it goes to. And then I cut it out of circles so that way that waffle Mickey is like the real, character. And then there's the waffle Mickey rivet set, and I did 2 rivets on top just to give it that I wanted to feel like you were eating a chocolate bar at Disney World. So this is what I made yesterday, and I had a lot of fun. If you've never made a Lola, go for it. It's it takes it takes no time to cut it out, and it takes no time to sew. It's not overly complicated. And like I said, if you do swoon patterns have a half inch seam allowance. And once you do that half inch seam allowance, you're like golden. I do recommend that you do I do recommend that you do have uh you kind of taper down the lining so it can sit a little bit nicer. But yes, if you are in Patreon and you want to learn how to do the modification for the zipper ends, it is in the first part. It's one of the first or second Patreon modifications that we did. You will recognize it because I think I did mine in a Doctor Who cork blue. And yeah, we did that. That was super fun. I actually want to do it. I have another way to modify it that I was going to show possibly Patreon as well with pockets in the front and stuff. It's really cool. The hardware is old. They're from Thumbs and Thimble. It from like 2-3 years ago, I think. So the thing is with custom hardware, you have to if the person is not saying, "Hey, this is fab. This hardware is a pre-order." That means most likely that the hardware is a couple months or a couple years old. And if it's a custom shop, if they're not running it on a retail, then it may not or may be picked in the future. So like custom hardware shops like Alchemats or Thumbs and Thimbles, what they do is they run pre-orders for new hardware. And a couple times a year they have retail, and it's not guaranteed they would have the same things on retail that what's available. That's why we kind of implore you when you like something in the pre-order to order it because it's not guaranteed to be in retail. So that hardware is old, like old. I think, and I think some came from Olivia, and some comes from Alchemats. Some comes from Olivia from Alchemats. Some comes from Win or Thumbs and Thimbles, and they sometimes do things like that. Like later later on this week, you're going to see a Deadpool bag from me, a Deadpool bag with Wolverine. And one person carries the magnets, and the other one carries the zipper pulls. So, and sometimes they carry it in a pre-order and sometimes they'll have it in retail. So there's not very much we can do about that, unfortunately. Thank you. Yes, those are brown leather rivets, and you need to have a buckle guy tool to use them. They're leather rivets, and they're a special guy that goes on them. I've used them before in the past, and yeah, so they're a special die that has to go with them, and they're quite expensive. They're not the same cost as us buying like rainbow rivets. They're quite expensive. For like a pack of 20, you're looking for more than like up to $20 for the pack, and the rivets dies itself is pretty expensive, and again, you need a buckle guy thing. So that's the reason why I usually go to like I try to get brands or presses that are unusual and unique. One of the reasons why I liked Minkus and Margot, and I still do, is they're one of the first people that had gems. So I will buy gem like dyes, and I would love to just put gems all over my bags or create like different motifs with the different rivet things because nobody else really had dyes that had gems in it. So, and Buckle Guy doesn't even have that, but I like that's how I usually pick out what I want is if someone has something especially unique because that means that I can be a little bit more creative. Yeah, that exactly. You buy the hardware early and whatever. Because sometimes I buy hardware with no intentions of knowing what I'm gonna do with it. Like round 22, Olivia, I think already shipped out half of it. I for me on round 22, I bought a lot of Zelda stuff. zero clue what I'm going to use it for. I thought it was pretty. It was, if I was to open up my mail when around 22 and you were like, "What are you going to use it for?" I'm going to be like, because I had the waffle thing for a while. I had no idea. I seen the brown and the brown chocolate. And I was like, oh, the waffle might work. Because what if it's like chocolate ice cream and that's the cone? All right, let's do that. So I never know what I'm going to make with something until I'm going to do it. I just follow my gut instinct and buy stuff. So that's how I work. It's not the best method, but it works for me. So yeah, and again, I think Olivia's pre-order is still available, and she has a lot of stuff in her pre-order, like so many different genres. So you definitely want to take a gander over there because she has like, again, if you are into Arcane, she has some awesome stuff. If you're into, Snow White, she has some awesome stuff. And the hardware for Snow White, the mirror thing alone is just magical. There's just so many things she has on there that are different genres that might be something that you're like, wait, I may not want to make something now, but so and so's birthday is coming around, in a couple of months, and it'll be awesome to have that then because retail is not guaranteed. Retail is something that is offered after everyone else's orders go through and all of anybody's orders with missing hardware or missing something goes through. So it's not guaranteed. So this is why pre-ordering is key. And it's cheaper to pre-order than to buy retail as well. Oh, she has top-notch hardware and she's very transparent. That's one thing I like about her. She's transparent. If you go to her site, like what I mean, her Facebook page, she gives you updates for the she gives you updates like 2 days ago she had, okay, so and so came and helped me pack orders. I got half the orders out. I can't work today. I hurt my back. Just bear with me. I'm gonna get back on it tomorrow or whatever. And half the orders are out. So like she's very transparent and she's like, we're in week 12 of 14 through 18. So like what's going on. She doesn't leave you in the dark or ask a question and she's just like MIA for 5 days, which I'm gonna tell you right now, there are a lot of people that do that. And when and when they do that, again, you already know I want to challenge people to Mortal Kombat. Like so like she's just very transparent and when you send emails to her, she responds very well. And if you have ideas for something, she just responds very well. And she's just all around a good person. Link is what is the link to what? The Alchemats? All you have to do is go on Facebook and look up Alchemats. I don't have a I don't have my tablet. So if you go into Facebook and just type Alchemats, you should be able to find it right away. Or if you go into my Instagrams and like a couple of them, if you look at the Wicked Queen or if you look at the Arcane, I tagged Alchemats and then you hit that tag and you can see her Instagram and you can see all the information and then you can just put that in for Facebook. Her shop is open now for a pre-order, but I don't know. I think the pre-order closes today or soon. So she has a lot of stuff. I showed you guys. I had the Wicked Queen, who does have a name, and I did put it in my Instagram post because like people, her name is not Evil Queen. Just so you know, she's had a name since the movie came out, the original movie. Anywho, so I did a video short on her as well as I did a Alchemats on Facebook. I'm sorry, I don't have my thing because I would link my Instagram because my Instagram links everybody that I tag, and then you can go into the tag. If you go into the tag, you can see what other people put like showed what they have, and it's weirdly because it's meta. You can get connected to everyone. Um, so and then I showed Arcane, and I made several bags from that Arcane and several pouches. There's just a lot of prints. There's a lot of dope prints. So Just go in there and look there. She has pages. You just go into the pre-order site. You can either look at the pre-order hardware or the pre-order fabrics and vinyls, and you go from there. And it's pretty cool. I mean, Karen, you can. There's a lot of groups that have non-fandom. So with this is meant for people that have fandom. So there's tons of groups that have non-fandom, like Sam's Creations. There's a lot of people that you can do that, but Alchemats is made for the very few of us that want fandom. So non-fandom is like all over the place. For every one fandom, there's like 100 non-fandom. You have Love Lola, that is non-fandom. There's a ton of people that have non-fandom. So even Lauren Mormino is non-fandom. So there, like I said, I could list all the non-fandom, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of fandom for the people that want to have fandom. So it's pretty cool, like that we have a few people left, but yeah, there there's a lot. You can yeah, you could I mean, I know she has lovely stuff, but there, like I said, if you want non-fandom stuff, you do have Lauren Mormino, and she has amazing hardware, amazing vinyls, the whole nine yards. And she has different prints again that are non-fandom. You have Love Lola, who has some of the baddest vinyl I've ever seen in so many different textures and print. She's not fandom. You have Sam Creation. Sam Creation has like different textures, different grades of different things. There are so many I can just like rattle off that are non-fandom. So you have like there's so many. I'm just like they're all like flooding my head. But for us people that like fandom, there's only a few. And she built her shop for fandom because that's what she loves. Yeah, Lux Hardware, Mormino. There's you can go to Jupiter. There's Ringberry. There's Emmeline Bags. There is so many. There are so many non-fandom groups that you can. I mean, holy hell! You have Indo Love Creation, who has hardware and no fandom vinyl, who has some of the prettiest vinyl and cork. You can go to So Sweetness, that has non-fandom vinyl and cork and hardware. There's, like I said, for every like 20 non-fandom groups, there's only one fandom. And it's becoming more and more obsolete. So, because the only people that I think of that have fandom is Olivia, Winnie, and KA, which I really haven't bought anything from them, so I can't speak on their quality or anything. But there's not a lot. But everybody else has all these Punkberry, like punk embroidery. Like there's so many non-fandom ones. Wonderground Fabrics. I love me some Indo Love Creations. That girl has some colors. Some colors. Colors. Geeky Hardware, Glitterbug Fairy, yep. The list goes on and on. But the fandom side is very far and few in between. And having a fandom that also creates hardware it's a very small. It's a very small world. So, but there's tons. And if you want beautiful hardware like that has like colors and stuff like that, there's also New Moxie. New Moxie has like pink hardware, blue hardware, things like that. And they have cute like dogs and just different things that you can try that are non-fandom. So the list goes on and on and on. My handmade space, that place gets me in trouble. You have Natalie, who my hippie chick. What is what is her name? She is like free love and peace, and she always wears like really cool outfits. You guys know who I'm talking about. Let's see. Hungry hippie. Hippie hungry? Hungry hippie. She has like the moon fabric, the moon dance fabric or whatever. She has a lot. She has some pretty cool vinyl and she has cool hardware and yeah, so Hungry Hippie. I buy her webbing. And I showed you guys I bought her zipper tape. Her zipper tape is pretty. You have Sally Tomato, like again, long list. And Sally Tomato, if you want some cool hardware, they have the Tulip Pink collection. which is really pretty. So, like, there is Dream Big's Creation, the Emporium. There are so many that are non-fandom that have pretty amazing hardware and vinyl. So, for me, for Olivia, I'm speaking for my fandom folks that like Zelda, that want to have Nintendo fabric, that want to have Chibi fabric, Pokemon, Deadpool, Marvel, like people that are like, hey, I'm a nerd and there's no nerdy fabric. And unfortunately, there's less nerdy stuff than beautiful fabric. Don't get me wrong. All the people I've listed, I buy their stuff, especially Indola. I don't, she has all these pretty blues, and that's where I get in trouble. I get the blues in the cart, and I'm just like, I know she probably looks at me cross-eyed because I'll get like a million different blues in like various shades of the same kind of colorway, and she's just like, probably like Shinova. What? So, yeah, she's a baddie. I haven't bought anything from KA Customs. I think I bought one thing a year or two ago, and I have never used it. And I can't find it actually. I bought like they had a frog magnet, and I do not know where I put this. So I do not know. Ah, see, you can't get their. I haven't bought any of their vinyl. I haven't. I bought I bought a chocolate frog, and it probably like a couple of years ago. I haven't bought anything since. Like I'm really weird. Even with like I want to buy. I like Rayvon's like monthly boxes because she always has like really her vinyl selection, and she has such style. Like she really knows how to put fabrics together. She's very, very talented. And whenever I see her in her group posting like what's to come, like her fabrics really stand out from the rest, and they're very chic. Like I still have like this peachy orange one that I want to do something with like a Star Wars thing. I have something in my mind. I just am waiting for it. It either is going to be like Star Wars, like the space, like the people's suits, and or I have a Bridgerton thing, but I haven't got my bees yet. I won't make this bag until I get some dang beads. I need some bees. So I refuse to make it until I get these components. But like she has really beautiful fabrics too. So there's so many people that have beautiful vinyls. So there's a lot out there. And they're all like pretty good fair prices. So yeah, let's see. Fireweed Stitch is my that lady. I get in worlds in trouble. Her hardware, I love her hardware. I have used so much of her hardware, and she's another one that has that copper brass, that antique copper brass. Woo! I get in trouble with her hardware. I love her hardware. The Sewing Room Gardener too. She has beautiful stuff too. She does have some fandom, but mostly she has non-fandom, and she has hardware as well. I've never shopped at Big Z. Geeky Hardware as well. See, there's so many cool people. Irish Textile. I want to say I bought something, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm that weird person that has never bought anything from Punk Embroidery. Like, I think they're going to be in California, and I'm really happy that a couple people I've never bought from that I want to go. I am weird. I am so weird. Like once I buy from you, it's kind of I have like a massive stain here. I didn't even know. Okay. Once I buy from you, I kind of just like stick to you. I don't know. Like I just stick to you. I don't know. I have no idea why. Like I usually get my vinyls. A lot of people always ask me. I get them from Fabric Wholesale Direct, or I get them from Marine Vinyl, the Marine Vinyl place, and I have no idea. And then like when I get really pretty, unique shades of blues or purples, it's into Love Creation because she has a lot of vinyl colors, and they're like small differences. I know sounds weird, but you see how Purple Rain, it's different color purples and the gradients slowly go into another one. She kind of has that. She'll have like this dark purple and then she'll have like this light, but she has the other colors in between. And for some reason, that always just intrigues me about her shop. Like I get giddy. Like I never want to shop on my phone. I like pull her up on my laptop and I'm like, oh my God, she got me again, hook, line, and sinker. And I like her textures that she has. So I don't know. So little thing, if you do something really cool, like I will stay with you. I'll be a loyal customer for life. Enjoy like from Georgia Girl Stitch. She knows like I will come to her for webbing, just and notions. I always want to see what new notions she has. I don't know. I'm weird. But anywho, I'm gonna start sweeping up, cleaning up this workroom, and then project do my hair. I have like the first Olaplex. It's like it's a two-parter. You do the scalp thing, and then you put this thing in your hair for deep conditioning. No, my hair is not damaged, but you already know it's deep conditioning Sunday. You got to deep condition your hair. So yeah. I did a little bit of a trim yesterday. Now I'm gonna deep condition it, and then I don't know, style it however I'm gonna style it. Then I have to do Hope's hair, deep condition her hair, and style it however she wants to style it. I want her, or we might be doing a fro hawk. We haven't decided yet. And then I have to start the packing. And yeah, and maybe do the straps, or I might do all the straps on Monday. Because like Kendall really wants me to just like to relax because he says that I never relax the days leading up to the convention. And I don't know how to relax to the days of the convention. So I'm making a list and checking it twice. So that's my plan. So I hope everyone has a really, really good Sunday. And I will see y'all on Monday. Yes. And if you could please like, comment, and subscribe, it helps your girls out tremendously. We're almost close to 6,000. My goal is to be at 7,500 before the end of the year. I really would like to be at 10,000, but I will love 75,000, 7,500. It would still be a tremendous blessing. So I would appreciate it. Oh, yeah. I'm going to put that survey up soon. Hopefully, it will be tomorrow. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. My dream.